Let's talk about layers. Layers are very essential to working in AutoCAD, and it is a benefit that really didn't come about until people started using AutoCAD in the late 80s. What layers allow us to do is to put our geometry on separate layers, and we define our layers by colors. So each layer would be on a different color, or each color represents a different layer. And there are two reasons we do that. One is so we can more easily read our drawings once they are printed up, and we can look at a drawing and say, okay, well, that is the color red, so we know that is an exterior wall. And also, we do use layers in the design process because as we're designing, something may be getting in the way, and we can actually turn our layers on and off as we're designing, and turn it off so we can create a certain piece of geometry and then turn it back on when we're done. And you also, when it comes to printing your plans, you'll print several versions of your plans, and some of those versions don't require certain geometry or certain dimensions to be on the drawing. So again, before you print, you would actually, you're making one drawing, but you would turn layers on and off depending on the purpose for your printing. First thing to know is how to create a layer. And you create layers by going into the Layer Properties panel. And let's try that again. There we go. So here we are in the Layers Properties panel. So far everything is on the 0 layer. And I just started out this drawing and just put everything on 0 layer until I got to a certain point where I needed to start assigning layers and differentiating, making some contrast between different pieces of geometry. It's actually easier to do this before you start drawing, okay, which I didn't do it on this one. It's no big deal. If you have a design idea in your mind, you may not want to go through that trouble. You may want to just flesh that idea out, and then once that idea really starts taking shape, then you can go back and assign your different layers to the different geometry. So that's what I'm going to show now, is how to assign those different layers. And then of course I will, toward the end there, I'll kind of draw something and show you how it works when you already have the layers and you activate the layer before you draw, and it goes ahead and assigns that geometry to that layer. So I'm going to create a few layers here, and also pay attention to the way I name these layers. There's certain common standard of naming these layers, and it's more or less just for neatness and uniformity across the industry. But I'm going to click on New Layer, and that's that little button right there. And you see here I have layer 1, it says layer 1. I'm going to call this E-WALL for exterior wall. I'm going to go to the color and change the color to red. For my exterior walls will be red. I'm going to create another one called I-WALL, and that is for interior wall. And I'm going to make that one green. I'm going to use a brighter green. Okay, and also we have windows and doors, and those are our primary layers. And I want you to color yours the same way that I'm coloring mine, so that I know what I'm looking at when I walk by your desk and look at your design. So another layer for DOOR for doors, and we're going to make our doors yellow. And choose another, make another layer, and we're going to call this, let's see, WIND for windows. We're going to color those kind of the color of glass, bright blue. Alright, so I have all that. Now I'm going to show you how I would go about picking the geometry out and assigning the geometry to certain layers. First is my exterior walls. So what I can do is just go around and select my exterior walls. Okay, and I'm not going to get them all. I'll have to go back and do some more detailed selecting, but this is just to show you how to do it. Alright, so I've selected most all of my exterior walls, and I'm just going to go to the layer panel and select on E wall for exterior, and it puts that on that exterior, on that layer for exterior walls. Alright, next I'll maybe do my windows. So I'll go by and select my windows. Okay, those are windows, and I'm just gonna turn them to the window layer, turn them blue. Same with doors, and well, let's do interior walls next. So I'm going to select a few of my interior walls here so you can see how that's done, and we'll select green. Okay, and notice I need to go back and select all of my walls, so I'm just showing you how to do it right now. And my doors, I want to select some of my doors here, and the door swings. Don't forget the door swings, and make those yellow. Okay, so I need to go back through my drawing and get some of these pieces I missed and assign those to their respective layer. Now, you could make your layers prior to drawing, and let's say this house is going to have a little shed over here, so I would, somewhere back here, start a drawing. And I'm actually on the 0 layer, so I need to change my layer. Now, in order to activate the layer, you click on the layer pull down and select E-wall. So now I'm on the wall layer. So anything that I do, I'm going to be drawing it on that wall layer. So just a little shed, not that big, and of course, my normal thing here with the offsetting, 4 inches. Inside. Okay, and then let's say there is going to be a interior wall inside of there, so select I wall, and however I want to do my interior wall, I'm going to explode that and offset, and we're going to make this interior wall, let's see, 3 feet. It's just going to be like a little closet area or something in the shed. Okay, so everything and okay, because I offset it, that's why it stayed red, but I can select it again and choose green. Now, of course, let's say I want to do a door, so I'm going to draw a door. First I need to create the door. So let's create it right here. And notice I'm in the door layer, so everything's going to be yellow that I draw from here. Alright, then we're going to offset that. And let's see, front door, I'm going to make it 36 inches. Okay, well, I'll set it over there. Then do what we normally do and trim, and then we can actually create the rectangular door, and that's going to be okay. Let's see, my x-axis is going to be 2 dash 1/2 inches. Oops. Try that again. Okay. So there is the yellow door, and we're also going to have a yellow door swing. Wrong way. Alright, so that's how you would do it if you had already created your layers. Now I'm going to go back and create more layers for some work that I am going to be doing, such as the dimensioning. And you put your dimensions on different layers as well, and you'll see that as we move along here. Some things to remember about using layers: when you choose your colors, you're looking for contrast. You're not trying to make it beautiful, but you're looking for contrast between different geometric structures. That's why on this drawing you see the interior walls are green, exterior walls are red, so there's a contrast, and I can tell from a distance, and easily tell, even if I was looking close up, what is what. Alright, so go ahead and start using layers from this point. Go back to your plans and the one that you're working on for your project, and create those, assign those different layers.